What's good? What's good? What's good? Esskimo Cold of EskimoColdBeats.com. Had a few days off these videos. I think today what I want to hit up is for artists, and that's tips for how to work while you're in the studio. Tips to get the best out of your studio session. So I prepared 5. I'm going to elaborate on each one as we go along. If I miss anything out or you want to know anything more, get at me anytime. I'll put my contact details underneath. But let's go. Right, you're paying good money for studio time. If you've gone to a professional studio, you forked up. You're paying by the hour. Every second really counts, especially if you're working to a budget. So you've booked studio. It's on Friday. It's Monday, and you don't have anything written or learned, or you've written and you haven't learned it. You need to, before you go there, it needs to be rehearsed, ready in your head. If you've booked 2 hours and you're spending an hour and a half of those 2 hours working on writing the lyrics, getting the lyrics perfect, you're only leaving a half hour for a mix down, or you're going to have to come back another day for a decent mix and master. Whereas if you've got everything nailed down, ready, you know what order the verses are going to go in, you can just go in there, bam, reel them off, bam, reel off the ad-libs, bam, everything, just get it all done in one go. If you only take half hour, it's only going to take, you're going to have an hour and a half to do the mix and mastering, which I believe is the most important part over everything. If you want to, I don't know, distort the voice in this place, cut the beat out here, it's hard to make a track sound exactly like you want to in a limited bit of time. So make sure that you turn up prepared. Bring an honest person with you. Somebody that's not a yes man. Somebody that has previously told you the truth or given you some kind of criticism to work off. Don't surround yourself with yes men, and don't bring yes men to the studio, because they're just going to say, yeah, that's good, that's good. Even in the back of their head, if they're thinking, oh, well, he could do this, but they don't want to offend you or whatever. Bring someone to the studio who has no problem offending you. Bring them through and you'll get the best out of your song. Right, number 3, keep people out who don't have a purpose. If your friend's just there chilling, you know, those little bits of conversation and jokes you're going to get in between your takes or whatever, they're going to add up. If somebody doesn't have a purpose to be in the studio, all they're doing is taking. You know, they're not giving to the project you're working on. Sometimes they just want to hang out and be cool or be in the studio with an artist or whatever. But you've got to deal with it professionally, especially where you're paying money. You don't want to be wasting any time, and that's so important. Don't waste time while you're in the studio with people who have nothing to give. Turn your phone off for 2 reasons. One is saving time again, because you'll be distracted by it. You might, you know, get into something, waste some time, whatever else. Also, if it goes off, it can affect the recording, and sometimes even if it doesn't go off, it'll mess with the signals of all the equipment that's feeding through from the mic to the other room or whatever else. Having a mobile phone on, unless it's an emergency, obviously, is not a good idea. Last one is listen to the sound engineer. Before that, you need to make sure you're working with a proper sound engineer, not somebody who can just run the equipment. A real sound engineer knows his stuff, and he'll sonically make it better than somebody who hasn't got the skills to. So first of all, obviously, make sure you go into a good engineer. And secondly, you may have an idea that you want to put into a track, and you might try it, and the sound engineer has experience in not just your music, everybody's music. Everybody who goes there, they know what sounds good. People may have tried what you've done before and had no success with this. So if a sound engineer says, I think maybe you should, or maybe you should try, give it a go. Try it out, because 9 times out of 10 he's going to be right, or she's going to be right. That's their trade. They know how to make things. They know how to make the best sound of whatever anybody presents to them. And remember, they want your repeat business, of course, so they're not going to give you bad advice. I take in what they're saying. So yeah, we'll give a quick rundown. Okay, you need to be prepared. You need to bring an honest person with you. You need to keep out people that don't have a purpose to be there. You need to switch your phone off, and you need to take into consideration what the sound engineer says. So that's 5 tips on how to make the most out of a studio session. Esskimo Code, EskimoCodeBeats.com, 5 leases for $30. Check me out. Peace.